Valley Kids, my name is Kitty Anderson and I am the PVC Kids Director at Palm Valley Church. I am so grateful for the opportunity to be here today with you via video. I love Valley Kids and the partnership we have together to share and support one another, which it's just bringing to life the vision to be the Big C Church. As I was praying about what to share with you, God laid it on my heart to share about how we support our parents in continuing the conversation at home with their kids. Our team puts time and energy into the supporting resources we provide our parents and kids to dive deeper into the spiritual truths we've learned on any given weekend. Why, you might ask? Well, the why is simple. As a church, we only get about an hour a week to influence the lives of kids, and maybe 40 hours over the course of the year. We want parents to see themselves as the spiritual champions of their child's faith, not just because they get over 3,000 hours over the year, and yes, that is a huge difference over 40, but because not just the time factor, but because we know families will move, they'll find new homes, and sometimes they even find new churches. We want to know that we have done our best to impact a life change, not just while kids are within our ministry, but for the long haul and into eternity, which is best accomplished with the partnership of parents in the home. So I'm going to take the next few minutes to share a few of the things that we do to provide opportunities for parents to be the champion of their child's faith and to continue the conversation in the home. When a child accepts Christ in our ministry, we celebrate and we make it a huge deal. We want them to know how incredible it is that they took their next step. We take pictures with leaders and parents, we post them on social media channels, they get a certificate and what we call a next steps guide, because we don't want the celebration to stop once they leave the building. So here's a sneak peek into what our next steps guide looks like. You see, this guide, the purpose is actually twofold. First, it allows the child the opportunity to revisit the commitment they made in accepting Jesus into their heart with their parents. It goes deeper into what that means and also provides ways that they can develop their new relationship with Christ. The second purpose is that it's a resource for parents. All throughout the Next Step Guide are pausing points for parents to ask their children questions, to share their own experiences, and at the end it provides simple ideas that will help a parent encourage their child in growing in their relationship with Christ, and also different books and online resources that parents could access as well. Once a family completes the guide, they can bring it back to our room leader on a weekend and they get a Bible. At that point, we encourage the parents, yes, the parents, to write a special note inside the Bible to their child. Again, letting them champion their child's faith. While children taking next steps happens frequently in our ministry for individual kids, we have the opportunity each weekend to provide all parents and kids with a resource to revisit what we're learning throughout a series. We call these Big Answer cards. Now, on our Big Answer cards, we used to just have the big answer, the memory verse, and some review questions for families. However, what we found is those were quickly being done on the drive home after church, which is incredible, right? But we wanted to maximize and be intentional about the time that the parents have with their kids. So we decided to change the strategy. Now, our Big Answer strategy varies from series to series. Sometimes it's a simple card. Sometimes it's a guide, and sometimes they're more like a poster. The point of it, regardless of the design, is to bring the lesson, the big answer, or the spiritual truth back into the home all throughout the week. We work to incorporate a parent element or note of encouragement, some kind of family activity, and individual activities based on the kiddo's grade. So let me show you some examples of what we've done in the past, and we'll provide these to you as a resource for you and your team as well. The first example is one of our posters. While we were learning all about who God says we are in a fun space theme, kids and families had a weekly mission to complete that supported each of the big answers. They got this poster at the beginning of the series, and then each weekend they got a big answer card with their mission and sticker that they would add to their poster when they completed it. At the end of the series, they got to bring these back for a ticket into a drawing in PVC Kids. You know, another example is what we call a guide. This is an example of a prayer guide. We love to teach kids about prayer. And in one of our series, we were learning what God says about prayer. So we encouraged kids to jot down how they were feeling, and then they would write down their prayers. They could bring these back to the rooms for a special treat, and leaders were able to continue to pray for the kids' requests all throughout the week. One last example is inspired by, those activity placemats you often see at restaurants. As a parent, I love when we go out to eat and I sit down with my kids and do these. They provide activities that engage my kids, and they give me the opportunity to talk about difficult things with them while we're working together. Since the activities are simple in nature, it allows those walls that kids can build up to come down. So when our topics are heavy or if they can be difficult for kids to talk about, we want to provide fun, engaging activities for them to complete with their parents that'll lower the anxiety and the worry and allow parents to be able to ask questions that help their child apply the spiritual truth for the week. I look back 5 years, and I'm amazed at how much has changed, not just in ministry, but in my own children's lives as well. I have realized even more the importance of not just having an incredible weekend experience, but the equipping of parents to shepherd their kids and champion their child's faith. At the end of the day, I firmly believe that a parent's #1 mission field starts in the home. So as children's leaders and volunteers, let's be praying for those parents. Let's resource them and equip them to do just that. Thank you so much, and I cannot wait to see you again at one of our next Valley Kids events.